Alright, so the next thing I want to do is come in and create a little bar in here, just something very simple so we can start to understand how things work. So really one of the things that you want to do immediately in Revit is to set up a series of views that will help you work. So I'm going to set up a section, a vertical section that I can see through here, and then I'll also set up a 3D view where I can see what I'm working on. So the first thing I need to do is actually turn on my sections. So let me go back to the architecture tab here, and I'll come down to my view control bar and go to my reveal hidden elements light bulb. And that will turn everything on that's been hidden. And I hid my sections earlier, so I'm just going to pick one of them. I know that that's a section as well. And once I pick them, I can unhide that category here. And then I can toggle the reveal hidden elements mode, which will turn off all this magenta stuff. It's the same as clicking this guy, but it's a little faster because you're closer to it up here, so it just turns it back. And then I'm going to go to my view tab and I'm going to create a section. So I'm just going to click on view and section, and there's a couple of different options for sections and we can talk about those later, but I'm just going to pick on building section. And then I'll left click and draw vertically. You see you get these little alignment lines, which are quite nice, and just click out here and it'll draw a section. It will set that section. That's, if you look at it, it's section 2 over here, and it goes to the extents of the model. Maybe we don't need that to go out, that view to go out as far, so we'll truncate it, and you can kind of adjust it to the crop box. We'll talk about scope boxing later, where you can set this guy to a scope box, but just kind of get it close for now. And then you can come in and change the view name either here or in your project browser. I'll change this to bar, maybe V for vertical in case I want to do a horizontal one, and you'll see that over in the sections it changes. If you want to be a little bit more consistent, right, you could come in and change this to section, right, and then it will stack. Okay, so now we've got these guys on. This guy, if you don't want it in here, if it annoys you, you can just right click on it and hide in view elements, right? So you could do that individually as well. To get it back is the same process. You just go to this guy, pick it, and unhide element instead of category, since that's the way we hid it. All right, so the next thing is to create a 3D view where we can kind of see where we're working. So we've got a plan, a section, and now I'm going to do a 3D view. So that's pretty straightforward. I'm going to go to 3D, and I'm going to right click on it and duplicate view, and I'm going to rename that to 3D bar. Okay, and it'll update it. And now what I want to do is I actually want to crop it, right, because I can't see because the whole building's in the way. It's one of the things about Revit. Working in 3D is great, but then you're like, okay, well, I need to see down here. So one of the quick ways to do this is to orient this 3D view to the plan A1 bar that we made. So to do that, just make sure your 3D view is active. I just left clicked in white space and hover over this view cube, and you'll get this little down arrow, and you can go to orient to view, floor plans, and pick the plan A1 bar. And because we cropped it, so the cropping view is active on that smaller piece, it actually crops it, but in 3D. So if I go to my cube up here, I can just click on that, and you can see that it's cropping that guy, right? And you can see it cropping. Now I can go and pick this box and kind of pull it down a little further, right? And you can see it pull down so you can see where it's hitting the floor and all that kind of stuff, and adjust it a little bit, and either vertically, so I could go up higher because that is a 15-foot floor plate at this point. So you can see now I've gotten to the second floor, but I can pull it down a little further, or even a little further where I'm kind of halfway through the windows. And it's kind of up to you. This is a working view for right now. We might use it to print, but right now it's a working view. So once we get all this stuff set up, you can start to manipulate these and use them to model the bar. So we'll do that next.